Greetings, Hyco Zion. My name is Elder Nicole Roach, and I serve as your North Carolina Central District Director of Ordained Elders, as well as your North Carolina State Director of Ordained Elders. And I'm sorry that I cannot be there with you on this day, August 28, 2016, to share in your deacon's ordination into your local church, as well as the recognition of 5 women who have completed all the requirements for the North Carolina Central District ordination, as well as ministry class sessions. I just want to personally recognize Minister Iris Hester, Minister Wendy Outlaw, Minister Curl Brandon, Minister Danielle Claudin, and also Minister in Training Peggy Oliver. Now, Minister in Training Peggy Oliver, I know that you are going to actually be preaching next month, so you will get a ministry certificate stating that you have completed ministry training classes, but not the ordination certificate of training. Again, I want to stress to you that over the past 3 months in which we've had classes, I was able to observe your gifts, callings, talents, and also your level of servitude. And I can actually say you have served with a spirit of excellence. And you get that because our founder, Bishop Paul S. Morton Sr., instills that in all of us, as well as our presiding bishop, Bishop Joseph Walker III. And again, that tradition of excellence is even instilled within the state of North Carolina by our overseer Luther K. Brooks, who serves as our state overseer, as well as our North Carolina Central District overseer J. Troy Blackwell. I want to tell you that I love you, I support you, and I am so proud of all that you have done. I also want to thank our teachers for just allowing God to use them tremendously during this training. I want to thank Elder Elzenia Williams, Elder Brenda White, Elder Trilby Ball, Elder Dr. Sandra Wall Williams, Pastor Anthony Good, as well as your pastor, Pastor Stanley Kearney. Also, thank you so much, First Lady Kearney, for showing your love and support as these 5 women were trying to make it through these classes. I would be remiss if I did not recognize also our 2011 class Victorian, Elder Cynthia Fuller, as well as our 2012 class valedictorian, Elder Sean Thomas. Look, I have to go now, but I do want to leave you with one story. So here's story time. Everyone's talking about the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio, specifically the Women's USA track team. As we know, or you might have seen, they had some obstacles in which they had to overcome. They were running a relay race, and people were dropping the batons. People were coming into their lanes, and it was of no fault of their own. Yet they kept the course, and they ran the race to return home with the gold medal in that relay race, and was actually the fastest time within that particular race during 2016 Olympics. And their testimony is quite similar to your testimony. It was difficult for you taking this course. Many of you all shared your personal stories with me about how you had hardships trying to understand the material, how you didn't get the material, how things just occurred in your personal life and you thought you might have had to quit. Yet at the end of the day, You did exactly like those women did in Rio. You kept the course, you kept the faith, and you continued to run in the race and not get out of the game. And so too with being a preacher. There are times in our lives that things come up against us, yet we have to make sure that we stay in the race because we know that our labor is not in vain. Look, God is with you. God loves you. God sees you. And God approves of you. Many of you have strong giftings, callings, and talents. And I was so glad to be a part of this mentoring time with you. Again, I love you. And I will be able to see you in October when you come home with, quote, quote, your gold by receiving your certificates in training. Thank you and be blessed.